Also on the show tonight, the pop star who's spicing up her life, treading the boards in the West End. Spice Girl Melanie on starring in the award-winning stage show Blood Brothers, and with this multi-platinum selling singer. My next guest, shot to fame, I'm not putting it on, as the track-suited, sports-loving Spice Girl who was more ladette than lady. Nowadays, though, she's the toast of the West End, having received an Olivier Award nomination for her debut theatre role in Blood Brothers. Please welcome Melanie C. You're very welcome. I have been badgered witless by my wife to come and see you in Blood Brothers. We're coming, we haven't got there yet. But what wonderful reviews. You must have been thrilled to have got reviews like that.
I was. I can't quite believe how it's all gone. It's been like a fairy tale, really.
Were you nervous when you were asked to go into the West End?
I was absolutely petrified. And I'd just taken maybe about 9 months off through the end of my pregnancy and the first 6 to 7 months of my little girl's life. So I hadn't worked over all that time. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of women feel the same. When you haven't worked for a while, the confidence, you know, it goes, and like getting back out there. And especially going into the theatre and acting, which is something I've never done professionally.
But you see, people would look at you and say, Mel, see, Spice Girl's brimful of confidence and that, so that they read you wrong. I mean, when you've been away for a bit, it evaporates.
Definitely, yeah. Not being on stage, not performing, and yeah, being at home, being a mum.
But you've got a great role there. We'll talk about motherhood in a moment. The role you've got in Blood Brothers is this fabulous song, which is this amazing Willie Russell piece. It's so you know you're going into a good thing to start with.
Yes.
And then you get. I mean, what surprised you about doing a stage role? How is it different going on stage with the Spice Girls, for instance?
It's so completely different. I think I had to be really brave going into this because I didn't know how I would fare going into a play. And I'm working with incredible actors who are so experienced. And I knew that I had to just get my head down and work really hard.
Did you get the feeling that they were saying, go on then? Go on,
I didn't, you know, because they're such a lovely cast. They were so welcoming. I remember my first day of rehearsals, I was working with Viv, who plays Mrs. Lyons, the lady opposite me, and she could tell I was nervous, and we were just doing a few scenes, and she just, at one point, she just grabbed my hands and she went, "You're brilliant, don't worry about it."
Oh,
and it was so lovely, it just made me feel at ease. It's like, everything's okay.
How did you feel when you were nominated for an Olivier?
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke. It's just amazing. It's just been such an incredible experience.
What I suppose being in the theatre in the evening does, it does allow you to be with Scarlett during the day. How old is she now?
She's 1, well, she's 13 months now.
Because you were the last one of your troupe, as it were, last Spice Girl to pop.
I was, and oh, thank goodness I've got a little girl now. She's so wonderful. But yeah, the time just was never right for me until now, really.
So sense of priorities changed slightly?
Yeah, it's great. Not worrying about myself all the time. You know, it's really nice to have someone else to focus on.
Well, you're going to have to worry about yourself a little bit more because you're certainly all going to be involved, aren't you, in this Spice Girls the musical?
Yeah, we are. We've decided to work with Judy Kramer, who
did quite well with Mamma Mia.
She did okay. She's an incredible lady and has a real passion for this show. So we just thought it was wonderful to work with a woman as well. You know, carry on the essence of girl power, and we're really excited. Yeah, it's early days.
What's it going to be like? Do you know what's going to be in it yet?
Well, we have decided we'd like it to be a fictional story rather than the story of the Spice Girls. And it's so early, we're literally looking at writers at the moment. So over the next few months, we'll be, you know, looking at some story ideas.
In effect, then, that's what they did with Mamma Mia, isn't it? Took the songs and threaded a story through them. So instead of it being Mamma Mia songs, it's Spice Girls songs. And
we're really excited because, you know, obviously we're so proud of our history with the Spice Girls and love our songs, and to have them in the theatre and hopefully hopefully be performed and enjoyed by our fans for many years to come is what really excites us about it.
Well, you've got the taste of the West End now. You've got the experience of the West End. Would you be in it, Mel? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, I wonder whether there'd be a part there.
I think if you ask, they might let you.
Yeah, they might.
They might consider it as something of a draw.
Yeah, I've really, really loved working in the West End, and I hope to do more in the future. So yeah, who knows?
Apart from the obvious ones about your priorities changing when you get a child, what drives you now? What are the things that you want to do that you haven't done? You've achieved so much. Are there still goals you want to achieve?
Absolutely. You never stop, really. You know, I think lots of people probably feel the same, don't they? I've been so fortunate because I have achieved so many great things, you know, some of my childhood dreams, and the theatre was kind of another one that I thought may never happen. And once that's done, it's like, what's next?
What's next?
Yeah, and my music is something that, I have missed a little bit working in the theatre, so I'm looking forward to starting work on a new album really soon.
There'll be a new album coming out when?
Oh, when it's ready.
When it's ready, out the oven. Look, we wish you all the very best in Blood Brothers. You still see the girls, you still meet up now?
Yeah, we do. I saw Emma and Jerry a few weeks ago. It's lovely because now we have the children as well. It's nice to get them all together and they have fun playing.
And you have a creche then, really,
We do.
Shout at each other's children. What funny to think that it's come to this. Bless you. Enjoy Blood Brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, Melanie C. To come on Wednesday's AT show, we have a performance from the singer who's just become a UN ambassador. That's Craig David. Liverpudlian comedian John Bishop's here, and we find out if we've broken a Guinness World Record tonight. Plus, we ask, has 13 years of Labour broken Britain? Back soon.